So just before the big cup final against Manchester United at Wembley, we got the draw for the second knockout round of the Europa League as we head into the last 16. And you know exactly what team I don't want out of these 15 remaining with us. Hertha Berlin. Because you just know Vukasin Vasilic will return to Carrow Road, score a hat-trick, lift up his shirt, and he's got "Docs is a fraud" tattooed on his chest. So I don't want Hertha Berlin, of course. I don't want Atletico Madrid. I don't want Juventus. There's a lot of teams I don't want, really. But a few teams who I'd certainly fancy our chances against. So let's see who we've got then in the last 16. Last year's Ligue 1 champions Marseille got Napoli, Werder Bremen and Villarreal. There's Hertha Berlin. And it's not us, they've got Lyon instead, thank God for that. Stuttgart have got Monaco, we're still waiting. Sevilla, we had them in the group stage, and we've got them in the knockout stage as well. We picked them to the top of the group on the head-to-head record, and we've been drawn against them again. We thrashed them at Carrow Road, lost the game in Spain by 1-0, but it's Sevilla in the last 16 of the Europa League. If we could top the group against them, and we only lost away in Spain on match day 6 fielding a weakened side via a stoppage time goal, I fancy our chances. They're in 5th in La Liga right now. They have got the best record in the Europa League ever. No one's won the competition more than them. But I still feel confident. Bring them on. Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 57. And today we're returning with our first ever domestic cup final as we take on Manchester United at Wembley in the EFL Cup final. Before we get to the game though, shall Norwich be getting on off camera, and also an interesting sale to report that we'll be going through at the start of next season. Let's get to that first. And as you can see, it's for Curtis Jones, the midfielder who we signed from Liverpool 12 months ago. Just hasn't really had much game time since we signed him, really, because again, we've got an abundance of creative midfielders slash inverted wingers here in this kind of role. And Jones just hasn't had enough game time here. So he came to me in December and said he wanted to get more game time, and I said, I think it would be best if I let you go permanently. I think a clean break is best for both of us. Oftentimes when you say that, the player will come and say, oh, actually no, don't worry about it, I'll wait for my chance. But Curtis said, yeah, it's best that I leave, and we agreed to disagree, if you will. No, we didn't. We agreed to agree. So, yeah, Jones is going. And, you know, he's a great player, man. Like, you know, physically, he's quick. He's got decent stamina. All across the board, physically, he's really good. Mentally, some really nice stats. Technically, too. Great dribbling, great passing, great technique, great first touch. Everything you want on a creative midfielder, really. But, as you can see here at Norwich, he's just not played enough, really. You know, last season, just a one Premier League game started after we signed him from Liverpool. And this season, every game's come off the bench. Yes, he's played a lot in the Cup and in Europe as well, and played well when he's been given the game time, but quite frankly, it's just so hard to play him, man. I mean, you know, Bamba's come in this season and he's been fantastic. Mount's had an amazing year for us this season. James Maddison is still one of our best options through the middle of the park as well. We still play Longstaff a lot. O'Connor gets a lot of game time. Provenzano sits deeper, but even so, Jones here just was never going to get enough game time for his liking. So on 100 grand a week, I think it was best to sell him. And again, to raise a profit for the guy, I'm really happy with it too. We signed him for 25 mil 12 months ago. We're selling him for 43 million. So an 18 million profit in 12 months for a guy who had barely played. Decent business. And as for the run of camera, after the triple header you saw in the last episode, the goalless draw away against Gillingham, the 2-0 loss to Man City, and the 5-0 victory against Brighton, I played 3 games off camera, all to begin the month of February, and as you can see, we won the first of 3, the 4-0 win here against Gillingham in the FA Cup 4th round replay. I know I was kind of moaning a little bit in the last episode after the goalless draw, but I did say, to be fair, we'll probably win the replay, and we deal with ease. I just scored 2, Jokic scored 1, and there was an own goal in stoppage time too. Following that, a score draw away on the South Coast against Bournemouth. Manuel Locatelli heading in a free kick before Bamba equalised for us just past the hour mark with a sensational free kick of his own, and more on Herman Bamba in just a moment's time. And following that, we did return to winning ways against West Ham at home by 2-1. Abbey scoring our first goal 15 minutes in. Always nice to see him get a goal. Madison made it 2-0 with a really bizarre goal with 15 minutes to go, where he just literally just like touched the ball as lightly as he could on the line, and it just crossed it to make it 2-0. and whilst West Ham did grab a consolation goal, we still held on for the 3 points and a return to winning ways. So it's not been the best of runs of form for Norwich City. Despite the draw against Bournemouth, we have now gone 4 games unbeaten. But when you look at this since the turn of the year here, after that massive win against Man City, we've played how many games? 9, I think it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 games and only won 3 times. And 3 of those wins have come in the last 4 as well. It's not been great form for us. And right now in the Premier League, as you can see, we are still in 4th place with 11 games to go. But we're only 4 points clear of Chelsea right now. Whilst we do have the game in hand, I'd rather have the points. We're only 5 points clear of Palace and Newcastle in 6th and 7th as well. And only 7 clear of Aston Villa in 8th. There's 11 games to go. And whilst we might still be in the top 4, I'm not taking anything for granted, man. There is still a very strong chance we'll drop out of it, even though we've been in it since match day 7. It's been a great season, but we've got to close it out. And as you guys know, in recent seasons, that has been a problem for us. Closing seasons out. Last year, of course, we did okay, but if you remember the 2 seasons before that, oh, God, absolutely tragic. If we do it again for the 3rd time in 4 years and throw away Champions League football, I'll be absolutely livid, and I'll probably cry a lot as well. But still, first and only game today, it is indeed Manchester United in our first ever domestic cup final. 2 years ago we had our first ever cup final. It was in the Europa Conference League. We lost it in heartbreaking fashion to Borussia Dortmund in stoppage time, but I'm hoping we'll have learnt from that experience and deliver our first major honour of the save today. Right now on the injury report, as you can see, for those of you who follow me on Twitter, you would have seen it this morning, there is a big blow heading into the game. Herman Bamba, one of our best players of the season, if not our best player of the season, got a thigh strain in training just over a week ago and is out for the final. Absolutely gutted about it. He's been amazing this year. 6 goals in 24 and 5 assists as well, averaging a 7.37. I'm so glad you guys chose Bamba for the player we signed for the season, because I think you made the right choice based on his stats this season, and he's now described as a well-classed midfielder as well. He's been amazing, but he's going to miss the final today. Gutted about it, and yes, I know I could have given him injections, but as I always say in Football Manager, I never ever risk it, ever, no exception. So this is our team for the game then. We're going to have to soldier on without our talisman in the middle of the park, and we're going with the tiki-taka style of play, the attacking mentality as well. Those are our instructions, this is our lineup, and this is the team that I hope will deliver our first major honour of the save. Zangrandi's in goal. It's about for Sanabria, Pavlovic, Godfrey and Aaron's with Provenzano, O'Connor and Mount through the middle. Madison fills in for Bamba and he supports Abbey and Brewster up top together. On the bench, Farines, Basia, Madu, Longstaff, Jones, Dembele and Ida as well. This is it. First ever domestic cup final. Let's make sure we get the trophy. Come on, you Canaries. Absolutely no doubt about it. We are massive underdogs for the game. Manchester United's team is absolutely extraordinary. That attack in the 4-2-3-1. Rashford on the left, Correa on the right, and Havertz supporting Harry Kane with Pogba and Pellegrini as the deeper players. I mean, put it this way, getting a clean sheet against these boys would be as likely as me dating Ariana Grande. So, certainly don't fancy our chances of winning this game. But I'll say to the boys here, we owe Man United, that's what happened in our last match. Go out there and get revenge. One of my favourite team talks. Let's see if we can do it. I don't think we will. You know, I believe we have a chance, but I don't know. I'm very, very pessimistic. First highlight coming to the Red Devils, and it's a corner as well. We have been leaking goals recently from set pieces once again, and whilst we half cleared that one, the danger's not away. Angel Correa looking for space, back to Pogba, as Paul has his man to beat, and he's lost out to Mount, and now a chance to break here, as Abbey finds Madison. Mount to Provenzano, 30 yards from goal, receives it back from O'Connor, as the pair play a couple of 1-2s here. Lovely ball by Steven, and Max has a bit of space down the right to step in field and possibly cross or shoot and score! Yes! 9 minutes in, Aaron's with the goal. Oh, how lovely is that as well? It's one of the OGs that's got us the goal. He and Ben Godfrey and Adam Ida, the very few players that have still been here since I took over back in Season 1, and it's Max Aarons who's given us the lead. I've said it on a few occasions this season, he's been amongst the goals this campaign, and that's the biggest of his career. But corner for the Red Devils, it's headed away, but Havertz hits the post, and it's gone in. Pellegrini makes it 1-1. Lead lasted all of 13 minutes. We'd been much better this season at defending set pieces, but in recent games we have started leaking a few goals from them. But for this one, it's pretty unlucky. Shot by Havertz to post, and with Zangarandi on the floor, Pellegrini dives in and makes it 1-1 from 2 yards out. Wasn't going to miss that one. Fast start here at Wembley as Max just throws the ball away. But Godfrey's in to intercept, and there's certainly more chances and more goals here at Wembley. Mason Mount to Provenzano. And as Godfrey takes over, he hits a lovely ball out wide towards Aronsdale. We're looking for Max right now. Why wouldn't we? As the right back finds Maddison. And James will give it to Provenzano. I always feel so comfortable with Provenzano on the ball, but not Stephen O'Connor. He's given the ball away, and here come the Red Devils on the break. It's Angel Correa, 1-1 with Pavlovic down the right-hand side. Goes to cross and finds Rashford. And it's 2-1. United turn the game on its head in 4 minutes. Too good. O'Connor gives the ball away. The Red Devils launch a lethal counter-attack. Look at the red shirt storming forward, and as Correa crosses to the far post, Rashford's on the end of it. I must admit at first, I thought he was offside, but since no VAR came into it, he must have been clearly onside. We won't complain. 2-1 now. Manchester United back, in front for the first time in the game. And that is so bloody frustrating. We had the lead, I was feeling confident, and within 4 to 5 in-game minutes, my mood has been dashed. And this would be a killer blow if they get a third goal right before the break. Aaron Wan-Bissaka finds Correa, who set up the second. He goes to cross, and Harry Kane has got it. It's 3-1. The former Spurs boy, once of Norwich City on loan, lest we forget, has made it 3-1 right before the break. And how gutting is that, man? We were leading by a goal, and we've totally capitulated on the big stage. Lovely cross by Angel for his second assist of the game, but Kane gets away from 4 yellow and green shirts and heads it in. The wait for our first major honour is going to continue them. Imagine saying that at half time in the dressing room. They're like, boss, did you mean to say that, or were you supposed to just think it? But like, I cover my hand up to my mouth. Oh shit, did I just say it out loud? But yeah, it's 3-1. And I'll say to the boys, you've been unlucky so far, calmly. You've been unlucky because that always relaxes them and they gain confidence against the big teams when we trail. Either way, I think it's over. I can't see us scoring 3 goals against this Manchester United team. And we'll need 2 in the second, with Brewster now getting a pull groin as well. We're missing Bamba, our talisman. Yeah, it's over. I think I'm going to take Brewster off as well because the trophy's going to be United's now. And we're going to need Rian for some crucial games as Kane makes it 4-1. Yep, it is all over. Half an hour to go, but it's done. I'm going to take Rian off now for Adam Ida. Oh, what a shame. You know, we had that lead through Max Aarons. I thought this might be it, you know. This might be it. 7 long seasons, but this might be our first trophy of the save. And yes, I know we won the championship back in season 2, but it's not a major honour, so we're not really counting it. But Kane gets his second of the game. It's 4-1. It's game over. If we have Bamba out there, I don't think it will be this one-sided. Herman Bamba this year has been absolutely amazing. You know, Maddison has been decent for us since coming in, but he's nowhere near as effective as Herman as Mount crosses, and it'll drop all the way to James with his burning down the right-hand side. Look at the space for him to cross there. Why didn't you take it inside? Look at this again. Look at the space for Maddison. There we go. Come inside. Ida's shot blocked. It'll drop back to him, and as Provenzano finds Ida, I think the goal is going to be disallowed for offside. How many bloody goals have VAR chalked off of us in recent games? Make no mistake, it's been a poor run of form from Norwich in recent weeks. Only 3 wins in 9, that will now become 3 wins in 10. And whilst we were major underdogs for the game, I'm disappointed at how we collapsed after going a goal up in this match. But do you know what? First domestic cup final to save. I know it's taken us 7 bloody years to get here, but either way, it's our first ever domestic cup final, and first of many. I believe that. We'll be back. I feel confident we'll be back. Maybe not next year, maybe not the year after, but at some point we'll be back here at Wembley for another domestic cup final. It was our first ever one to save. We've got a really young team as well that lack experience in these sort of games, and I think that was the biggest problem today. Not my tactics. But yeah, 4-1 the final score. And I'll say to the boys, unlucky. It would have been nice to win there, but it wasn't to be. First of many, lads. First of many. We'll be back. We'll be back. And Brewster's going to miss the FA Cup 5th round as well against Manchester City. Another big blow for one of our best players this season. We've had some really bad luck in recent weeks, haven't we? But there you go. There you go. Bloody hell, when are we going to win our first trophy? Do you know what though? Like, it might have ended in tears, but there are still plenty more things to play for. You know, we're in 4th place right now, and listen, I won't mind one bit if we finish runners-up in the EFL Cup, if we finish in 4th. I will take Champions League football over a Carabao Cup winners medal every single day of the week. We're still in the FA Cup. We've got the 5th round to come on Tuesday night, and we've got the Europa League second knockout round, where I fancy our chances against Sevilla. So, yeah, do you know what? We lost. Disappointing collapse, but the season is far from over. There is still a long way to go. But that was today's episode of the Football Manager series, guys. So a big thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy the episode despite the heartbreak, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and we'll return in the very next episode with games against. I think we should do a triple header. I think we should do both legs against Sevilla, and then Manchester United away at Old Trafford as we go for revenge as well. Let's do that. I'll play the 5th round of the FA Cup off camera in Southampton too, and then come back for the double Europa League knockout round tie, and then Manchester United away as we go for revenge. Have a great day, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the next episode where hopefully we'll pick ourselves up after the cup final loss very soon.